All right, so we are headed towards our first live event on the hour. I want to make sure you have time for a break before that. But before that, we have a few logistical things to go over. For those of you that arrived late, I will repeat this. Every morning we will gather and I will give you the big picture for the day, where we're going, what we're doing, why we're doing it, answer your questions, and make sure you're in a good place headed into what next. Our expectation is you arrive and you have done nothing. Like if y'all did any of that boot camp stuff or opened that box we sent you and looked at a book, that would make me happy. But if you have absolutely done nothing, just know that there is love and support for you in this space. I'm going to continue encouraging you to show up authentically how you are that day, and know that no matter where you start, at the end of this, I suspect you will end somewhere in a better place. Okay. And that could just be downloading R and going, wow, I got R now. That could be destroying some like modeling at the end of this, or anything in between. That could be being confident in spaces, being around other people of color, because maybe you're the only person in your department at your predominantly white institution. Okay. So whatever that is, just know there is something for you here. We deem success to be how you define it. And we'll keep talking about that over the next few days. So let's go through some logistics. My students reminded me, so all the people around the room who you see as event staff are largely Berkeley undergraduate students or recent Berkeley undergraduate graduates. We also have one person who is a high school student. So the staff here are all research assistants in my lab. We meet in between you all doing things that are helping run all this entire thing. This is fueled by undergraduate energy, just so you know. Reminded me to tell you that I am from New York and I speak fast. People tend to tell me I speak clearly, but I also speak fast. For those for whom English is not your first language, or anybody from outside New York, if I'm speaking too fast, just give a little wave, do one of the, like, Nanette, slow, let me know, okay? If it's too fast, just know it's me, it's not you, okay? So remind me of that. If I'm speaking too fast at any point, let me know. I want to remind you all to show up as your best self that day. That means holding a kid, eating, drinking something. Oh, damn, I'm still in my pajamas. All that is okay. Maybe keep your camera off if your pajamas are on, okay? Whatever your best is that day is good enough. If you need to have a kid with you, if there's an animal walking across the screen, whatever, just all we ask is that you bring yourself to the space, okay? If you need to take biological, technological, sociological, psychological, metaphysical, meditative, emotional breaks, do that. Like, we have a schedule, but if you're like, I'm gonna need 5 minutes, take 5 minutes, okay? Do that. We want you to be you. This is a long first slog. We have 7 days straight together. Then you get a couple days break. It's a long slog, so if you need those breaks, take them. We build them in for you, but please take care of you, okay? No, nobody needs anybody falling asleep or passing out or anything like that, okay? This is going to be fun, but it's going to be long. We record everything we do together. All our videos are usually up within 24 to 48 hours. So if you're like, what did she say yesterday? Or I really love that speaker, it'll be up on the website. So we try to post things so people who did not get to sit in these seats that you are in have a chance to follow along. So everything is, if you need transcripts also, we do closed captioning. So if there's anybody for whom it would be useful to be able to read stuff from sections, if anybody receives services from their disability office and needs particular things, please let us know. We try to be mindful of those things. So I want to slow down and take us back to why we're here this weekend. So most sites run Monday through Friday. We added what we call Praxis-to-Power, this 2-day pre-institute, for a couple of reasons. One of them is to convince y'all to slow down, okay? To put down all the stuff on your list, to go, oh wait, I can't do 3 institutes at once, or oh wait, we want to give you a slow on-ramp so that by the time we hit the work, you know each other, you know our culture, and you have all you need to be successful. So that means we pour into you this weekend with things like a workshop on reminders of what it means to be othered in the academy. We have a workshop that tells you about the funding we give out that nobody else outside of the space is competing for except all of you, and I'll give you all money if I can. like legitimately, if you have a project and send it to you, we'll probably say yes. Anywhere from, I think it's $300 to $2,000 per project, and you'll get to see some of those projects and how they've evolved from very different places. We'll also have some of our alums come in and tell you about what you need to do to be successful during this institute. So we have almost 100% alumni participation this year from our previous 2 years. So when I say this is a family, this is a family. People like you are teaching this year. So the next 5 days will be taught by people who sat in your seat like last year and the year before. People who got funding sat in your seat last year and the year before. So we're trying to give you what you need to be successful. That also includes non-academic content, like we're about to get meditative later this afternoon. Funlayo, who is a PhD from Harvard at GSAS, is going to come talk to you about entering into spaces, being your best self and your confidence. So, you know, we might do some dancing too with cameras off, obviously not recorded. But, you know, this is meant to be, this is a restorative space. That's what we're going for. So, so we're going to talk a little bit about our schedule, the 2 weeks we're spending together. So I'm going to drop the schedule in the chat box for you. If you have not saved this link yet, you should. This is our calendar for the week. We're going to review it together. So I'm going to ask, let's see, Arvin, can you screen share that for us, please? I need a verbal yes, so I know you actually hear me. Can you screen share that for me, please?
Yep.
Thank you. Arvin is our high school student. First time we've had a high school student. He is the brother of Ava. So we have a family thing happening here. That's some trust here. When one of your RAs is like, my brother, here you go, you know? So, yeah, Arvin needs some scholarships to college and stuff after this. So start working on that, people. Okay, so we're going to scroll down. Let's review the schedule. So we're going to look at today's schedule, and we'll do this at the beginning of every day. And at the end of the day, we'll review the following day's schedule. So today, congratulations. Most of y'all were on time. Woohoo! We planned for people to be late the first day because people are like, where's Zoom? Where am I? What am I doing? Where am I? So this is all in Eastern time, 10 to 11:45, doing our welcome, Praxis-to-Power to day one, introductions, logistics. You'll spend some amount of time with me every morning doing this. I'm your host, your Sherpa, I'm gentle foot in the back, kicking whatever, crying, you know, helping with tears, whatever. I'm here for you. You're going to get a break at 11:45. We do those 15-minute breaks pretty often. Okay, after that is our live panel. So live means live. Those people will be here. So start thinking about questions you might have for faculty, for people who decided to not be faculty and work in impressive places in government or nonprofits. So think about what questions you'll want to know about their experiences being in the academy. So we want to start by centering this in the reality of what we're all going through as others in the academy. So they'll be with us shortly. That will be moderated by one of our speakers from last year, Esne, who's a PhD student at Berkeley and also on the board in Black and AI. Hello, networking, Black and AI. You want to get to know her. Scroll down. After that, we'll have a break. We'll do a quick 15-minute break, and then you'll come back to hear Ori tapping into the self for success with Funlayo. Again, PhD from Harvard and studies African religions. She puts me in such a state of calm. You are going to love her. Then another break. Notice the theme, breaks. And then after that, we'll have our R workshop with Amber. So if you are a first-time user of R, go to the workshop. If you are a mega user of R, go to the workshop. So the benefit of everybody going to the workshop is that you get into the habit of helping each other. So in every space we're going to be in here, we are going to be in we are going to be in mixed spaces. So we'll have people at very different levels of experience. So again, there are some of you who could teach this. There are some of you who are terrified of R. And the goal is for us to build a community where we're using our best skills to all enhance and create something great. And maybe at the end of this, all you know, what you learn is who to call if you have a problem with something on the thing you're trying to learn. Or maybe you're the person that gets that call, or maybe you're the person that does the theoretical, front end of the paper to somebody else who's doing some of the technical stuff. So we have amazing skills here. Everyone has an amazing skill here to give. So I want to encourage you, even though the R workshop is optional for everyone to attend, because it's a great social activity and a way to help each other. Okay. So that happens from 2:30 to 5:30 or whatever time zone that is for you. And then we end our day there. At the end of the workshop, at the end of the day, we always ask you to pass through the main room if you have questions or to check in. But there'll be ample time for questions at the end of this logistics session. Okay, so we're gonna drop screen share there. Esene just joined us. She's our moderator for the next panel. Esene, you have one of the speakers in the holding room. Please head to the speaker holding room. Okay, so drop screen share. Thank you. All right, so a few more logistics, and then we're going to get y'all to a break. All right, I try my best to stay on time and to try to give you back time. And again, we start on the hour. The plan is every morning we start on the hour. All right, so I want to make you aware of something that's a very important part of our experience. And I will tell you, no need to ever save anything I drop in the chat box. I repeat it a bunch of times. And most of this will get posted in Slack. With that in mind, you should be in Slack. Everything we send is in Slack. Nothing will come from email anymore. Everything in Slack. And if you need help in Slack, let us know. So what I just dropped in the chat box is our feedback mechanism. So we take very seriously the idea of making sure that you all get what you need and we're aware of anything that doesn't serve you. We try to be very nimble. So you're going to get this survey every night. It's called our daily pulse check. Keep, start, stop, anything else. So keep is, what should we keep that we did today? Start is, we didn't do that. What do you want us to start doing? And stop is, oh, that's not really working. Can you stop doing that? And then the last question is there anything else? This is fully anonymous, and we will report in every morning on what we heard. So if you're like, God, Nanette, please slow down, you talk too fast, I'll slow down. If you're like, hey, you know, it'd be really great if we started an hour later, we won't do that, but we'll think about it, but we won't do that. But we want to get feedback from you so that we're giving you what you need. So we'll send that to you every night and we'll go over it every morning. You know, so that's there for you to see now. You'll get it again later tonight. We'll put it up on Slack every night and we'll send it to you at the end of the day. Okay. And again, don't need to remember anything I'm saying. I am really good at repeating myself. All right, so we're going to quickly review a checklist of things you should have done by now. If you have not done those things, we have built in time for you to do them. So for all those people like, what, there's a textbook? Don't worry, you'll have time tomorrow. If you're like, what, there's a boot camp? You'll have time tomorrow. If you're like, wait, I thought I signed up for SICSS in Taiwan. Sorry, too late, you're coming to this one. All right, so this is our checklist. By now, you should have done the following things. And I'm going to put this in the chat box for you. And read along. Okay, so you should have, number one, installed R&R Studio. Number two, set up your device for Zoom. Nailed it, everyone's here. Practice accessing. All Zooms will be provided later daily, and make sure that you do not share the Zoom links. We are a closed session. Arrive a few minutes early and make sure your camera and audio work. Have your name clearly, whatever we are calling you, JJ, Kevin I, Kevin S, or anything else you want us to call you, make sure it's up so we know to let you in. If your name says, you know, Dungeons and Dragons Master, we're not going to let you in. So please make sure your name is your name, what you want to be called. If your name is somewhat complicated like mine, you may want to put in a way to pronounce it. So it's Nanette, not Naniette for me. So if you keep mispronouncing your name, you may want to put that in brackets for us. We also ask that you keep your camera on during sessions insofar as you can. If you know, if something's going on, welcome to turn it off. It just helps with community and for us to know we're not speaking to no one there. All right. Next, you should have created a GitHub account. And let's see, right. And you should GitHub account. You should have a GitHub account. All this information is on our pre-arrival materials on our website. By now, you should all have Slack. We have checked in and I've said hello annoyingly to everybody, like, hey, how are you on Slack? Please make sure you have a picture. Introduce yourself on Slack. By now, you should have completed the SICSS coding workshop. You can do it tomorrow if you haven't. If needed, it's available online. You should have also read Bit by Bit by Matt Salgonic. If you have ever taught a class, you know you just have to stay one chapter ahead. So as long as you've read the chapter for the night before, you're good. There's a link to Matt's book on our website. You should have watched or are currently watching all required lecture videos. That's part of the boot camp. So there are videos about each day to help you. All of these things are linked on the day. So if you're on the calendar, it will say, these are the Zoom links for today. Here's the takeaway sheet. Here are the videos you need to do. You just need to stay a day ahead of us. All right. You should have reviewed the amazing list of participants. All of you have bios. You're all awesome. You should read about each other. So you walk into a room and go, wow, you also are from Jamaica, or do disability stuff, or are political scientists, or are a postdoc, or have a job. How cool is that of you? If you're going to end up in rooms with different people every day, use that as a cheat sheet. Like, which James am I? Oh, only one James. Which Steve? No, not Steve. There are two. Kevin. Which Kevin am I talking to? Yeah, so use that as a cheat sheet. All right. You should also have reviewed our schedule. I will go over it every day, but I would recommend that you spend some time on our page looking at the schedule. Look at the schedule material. There are lecture videos, activity, all sorts of stuff. You want to take a look at that. Then also, and make sure, I'm going to remind you about Slack yet again. Everything happens on Slack. If you are not on Slack, you are missing a whole lot. I won't even tell you how long I was in SICSS at Princeton before I realized I was supposed to be on Slack. Don't be like me. Be on Slack. Be a better person. All right. If you have any questions or problems or difficulties, you can DM me on Slack, or that is the SICSS email account. If you send a note to that, I will write you back. That's for private conversations. You can also pull aside. You can say, hey, Nanette, can I chat with you for a minute? We'll go into one of the rooms. But if you have a question, other people probably do as well. So never a bad thing. And we're about to give you a break. I'm giving you advance notice. We are going to take a group picture in a minute. So for people without your cameras on, start planning. Maybe put a hat on. All right. If you are not following us on social media, please do that. We are following all of you on Twitter and Facebook. If you have not followed us, please follow us, and we will follow you back. And by now, everyone has signed up for 90 Seconds of Fame. Ava will be in touch about that. As we get closer to that, we'll talk about it a little more. So I want to be mindful of all of your schedules and giving you a break. So we're going to do our picture quickly. So let's see. I'm hoping I can get everybody on screen here. Not going to do immersive. I can put us. Oh, maybe we'll do immersive. Maybe we'll do that. Let's see. All right. All right. So I need some cameras on for some people. I'm missing, let's see. I'm missing Beth, Mango, Ayana, Rashid. All right. And I'm not getting everyone. I'm giving you just a second for us to get everybody on camera. We're missing a few people. If you could put a thumbs up if you do not plan on putting on your camera so we know to take the picture. Without staff, please turn on your cameras also. All right, Miss Abril, Arvin, Ava, thank you. Awesome. Beth, okay. Ava, can you get a screenshot? No, Ava's not here. No, Ava is here. Ava, can you get a couple screenshots for us? 3, 2, 1. Got a couple of screenshots. All right, great. And we're going to switch over to gallery view. We'll stop the immersive for a second. All right, everybody smile. 3, 2, 1. Yay, great. Thank you. All right, I'm going to give you a 15-minute break. We will call you back. Please, for your break, please head to one of the participant rooms. There are breakout rooms are open. Please head to the participant hangout rooms. We'll pull you back when it's time so our team can meet. They are open. Please go to a participant hangout room.
Thank you all for watching. For more information on SICSS-Howard Mathematica, visit our website, follow us on social media, and join our email list.